The individual did wear a mask. They weren't symptomatic at the time, but we will go through the normal process of identifying anyone who is defined as a close contact, so people who have had more than 15 minutes face-to-face contact with that individual. They will all be asked to quarantine, required to quarantine. So that's a normal process with any confirmed case in Victoria.
Did that person have the app on?
Sorry? I don't know.
And was that person likely to be contagious at the time?
So within 24 hours, there is the possibility of being infectious before you develop symptoms. How infectious someone is not clear, but it is known that people can transmit the virus, within 24 hours of developing symptoms. So that's a concern. It's obviously helpful that that individual wore a mask, but masks are not 100% protection.
And that person, sorry, just to clarify, developed the symptoms on Sunday?
The following day, that's right.
So they may have been quite expensive.
They may have been contagious.
So now what's the risk to the next lifting of restrictions? We're fast approaching June the 22nd. There's lots of businesses that are getting ready. Is there a risk that doesn't happen now?
Well, not by virtue of this one case. We are watching all of the community transmission cases each day. We've had 0 days. We've had days with, six cases that aren't in quarantine. So we need to continue to watch that right through to June 22. I've always said there are caveats around all of the easing of restrictions that involve that day-to-day watching of numbers. The general trend has been positive in Victoria. We've got fewer community cases in the last couple of weeks than from the previous, but we're not there yet.
The Prime Minister has said that these protests right across the country have set us back by a week. Do you agree? And there are talk about protests this weekend both here and in Sydney. What do you say about that?
Well, the same advice as I've always said. I recommend against it for the very reason that transmission is a risk. We don't want people gathering in groups larger than 20 in Victoria because of the additional risk of transmission to others. It is my strong recommendation not to go, and it is the law. The public health direction that I've laid out says that community gatherings shall not exceed 20.
People obviously completely ignored that, and we are starting to see the consequences. Should that, obviously, you made it clear that it was your strong preference that people don't attend. Could and should that message have been any stronger?
I don't know that I could have said it any more strongly than that. Public health folk across the country were pretty clear about the potential risk of transmission. There are different areas of Australia with different epidemiology that means that the risk is maybe not so great if you were to gather in bigger numbers in the Northern Territory that hasn't had community transmission. But for Victoria, I was entirely clear about the potential risk of transmission.
Does this worry you that it's only one case now, but what is the potential for there to be a spike?
Well, I think, again, I've been clear that the potential's there. I hope it doesn't happen. People were trying to distance in that gathering, but it's effectively impossible to the 1.5 metre requirement, and people were there in their thousands. There was lots of wearing of masks, but again, masks are not 100% either protection from you if somebody else is infectious, or indeed if you're infectious. It's a real mitigation, but it doesn't completely protect those around you.